Hey everybody, we're here with Maggie, who's going to be teaching the next class. And so I want to turn it over to Maggie and talk a little bit about the class.
Yes. Hi, welcome. So I'm just going to kind of overview my major goals for the class. What we're going to do, I'll talk a little bit about a couple of the major assignments and then just find out what questions you have. So I have a couple of different goals for the class, and the first one is probably obvious. I want you to learn a little bit more about judgment and decision making. Um, and specifically, we're going to be talking about normative decision making, which is how decisions should be made. So this is the rational standard, how we decide if we had unlimited time and no emotions and perfect data. So what does like a perfect decision look like? And by the way, we're 100% consistent in the rational model. So this is maybe how decisions should be made. Um, but since we live in the real world, then we'll talk about descriptive decision making, which is how we actually make decisions in practice. And this kind of gets us into talking about human limitations of memory and attention, um, and that we sometimes have conflicting motives, those kinds of things. And also in this kind of area, we'll talk about heuristics, which are mental shortcuts or rules of thumb that are useful but can lead to bad decision making in some cases, and also cognitive biases, which are predictable mental decision errors that again, or predictable mental errors that can lead to predictable ways of deciding that are maybe not rational. And then finally, we'll talk about prescriptive decision making, which is how we can help people and organizations make better decisions. So rational, and then how it's actually done, and then what can we do in organizations and with individual employees to help them make better decisions. These are things like designing better processes, using decision aids, using simple structure to try to take out some of the bias. So that's kind of the general content area that I'm interested in getting at. And then my next goal is to get you to integrate some of this content with organization development and change. And so um, we will be doing in class kind of an exercise where we are taking ideas from decision making and ideas or processes or theories from organization development and change and trying to kind of put them together to create something that's even better and that could help organizations. So we'll definitely be talking about some basic content, but also my goal is to help you integrate it in the field and to be able to use it in the workplace. And then the third goal for me is to try to get you one step closer to the dissertation. And you still have plenty of time, but I think we have been trying to build in most classes in the program kind of a next step. So wherever you are coming into the course in terms of literature review and the dissertation process, we're going to try to move forward a little bit in this course too. So you will be writing something for me that involves reviewing some literature and then writing up something. You'll have some options in terms of what that looks like, but it will be kind of a mini literature review that can culminate in a research question or a project idea. Um, so that is probably the main kind of culminating project is that an additional literature review. I think you were doing that in the last class as well. You're maybe still doing that now. Um, so we're going to kind of try to move those skills forward even a little bit more in this class. Um, so, like I said, that literature review or that paper is the major kind of culminating project in the class. The first thing you will do in the class is we will be forming groups based on interests, and you'll be doing a group presentation on a JDM concept, a cognitive bias, or a heuristic, and that'll be guided by information that you'll have in some of your in your one of your textbooks that you'll be receiving. So the first assignment that will be due during the residency weekend, the first major assignment is that group presentation, and I will give you full detail on that in the syllabus and in Canvas. And then during the residency weekend, we will be doing that activity on integrating judgment and decision making and organization development and change. That'll be something that's mostly done during the residency. And then, like I said, the paper will be the other kind of major assignment. We'll be doing some other things, but that's kind of a high level overview. So, what questions do you have for me? I should be able to get you a syllabus. I don't want to overpromise, but I think I can get you a syllabus in by probably the end of next week. And the latest would probably be maybe a few days past that. So that's my goal so that you'll know what's going on. And I also should be able to have Canvas open probably by the end of the next week so you can see everything together.
Will you have us meeting weekly like we have done in the last two classes, and then the discussion board posting expectations in addition to the group work and the writing and things that you've discussed?
So there will be there will be some discussion boards. They will mainly be in service, especially in the beginning of the residency. They'll be in service of what we're doing for the class. So you'll have a discussion board, a couple of discussion boards that have to do with cognitive biases and heuristics for idea generation for the group presentation. And then one that talks about OD models. But that will be it for the beginning of the class. So there won't be it won't be really different work. It will kind of just be in service of those first couple of things we'll be doing in the residency. And in terms of weekly meetings, I'm happy to set up a weekly meeting where you can ask questions and I can answer them and those kinds of things. But we won't be having like class sessions each week because there's a lot of, especially on the front end, there's a lot of reading and then work that you need to do to prepare for the residency. So those will more be like touch points where you can talk with me. And I will send out something to get a sense of timing for when you would like those. They'll of course be recorded and aren't required. Does that answer your questions?
Yeah.
You mentioned a textbook. When would we be receiving that?
That's a good question. I have to talk to Teo and Jenny about that, but I will we'll get that in process.
We were hoping sort of like mid-February or something. Just kidding.
Huh.
No, you'll have those hopefully um, first thing in the year, late this year. Give you a couple of weeks to leaf through those when they get to you.
There's yeah, and I'll give you guidance in terms of reading. You won't be reading all of both books. Other questions for me?
Well, that's
Uh,
smooth. Smooth sailing.
Yeah.
I'm so
You're
sorry.
welcome to reach out to me anytime, too. Go ahead.
What is JDM?
Judgment and decision making.
Oh, see, Japanese domestic markets. Okay, thank you.
Oh, sorry about that. I'll try not to do that. Actually, I probably will continue to use JDM. I'll just try to remind you from time to time.
No, that's fine.
It's a
As long as I know
mouthful.
it.
Yep, that makes sense.
Very cool. I have a couple things to chat with you all about. Maggie, you're more than welcome to stay. It's more program, classes, things like that. Um, we'll talk about that and so forth. But does anybody have anything else before I switch gears? We'll switch gears to just talking about program in general. I sound super far away. Do I sound less far away now? I have no idea why I'm sounding so far
That's
away.
better.
It's weird because I have a nice microphone. I'm gonna have to do some investigating of this.
Steve, do you want me here for this?
No, you can. I just wanted you to not feel obligated, so you can stay if you'd
Okay.
like to. We're just talking about the program, logistics, courses, registration, a debrief we're going to do after the end of the semester, scheduling that and stuff like that.
Okay.
So you're
You
more
probably
than
don't
welcome to
need me
stay.
for that then.
I don't need you for any of it, but if you want to stay and listen in, you're more than welcome to.
All right. So I'll be in touch. Teo, I'll connect with you about books so we can get those ASAP, and then I'll be in touch with the rest of you. I'll let you know when I have things up and probably send you the syllabus directly also. All right. All right. Thanks. Looking
Okay.
forward to
Yeah.
it.
See ya.
Great to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
All righty. So I just wanted to check in on a couple things. Just want to see how you all are doing. So let me just pause and just say, how's everybody doing?
Great.
Any general program questions, anything like that?
I'm gonna mute because I have to change rooms, but I am listening.
I don't know if it's just the nature of the world and the nature of business right now, but I am exhausted coming into 2026 on fumes.
Yep, I get you.
Yeah,
Okay.
it feels a little bit like we're gonna get our doctorate just in time for the polls to shift and the every, everything to fall apart.
Oh,
Nah,
man.
that's the whole point is that we're gonna prevent everything from falling apart, right?
Or help it come back together
Fall apart in a functional way.
and help it come back together.
We're rebuilding soon.
All right. So, couple things. One, we need to have a cohort gathering between the two semesters to do a reflective debrief. Francis would be a part of that, and we'll be doing a action research reflective debrief and look at your cohort contract, i.e., your plan for as your cohort. And Jake is a part of that documentation process because that's the document you're putting together for your cohort. So your cohort contract or plan, you think of it as that. In the field of OD, you all might be familiar with the concept of psychological contracts. That is coming to an agreement on who you are and what matters to you all and how you want to be together, and agree on that, and kind of make explicit some of the subtle things that sometimes groups don't make explicit, to ensure that you all are staying coherent and connected and healthy. So we're going to do a reflection on that. We're going to use a specific process of reflecting using the action research question we started with and having you all reflect on that. And we'll probably need, it'd be kind of nice. It'd be, just kind of cheers, finish the semester and celebrate that, and then to reflect on the experience. So when can we do something like that?
I just saw a thing in the store and it's like a little plaque and it says you're on mute. That's like in the background for all these Zoom meetings because I just did that to myself. We have been meeting on Tuesday nights at 7 for class, but I don't know, like in the beginning they were well attended, and lately I think, like, I know I've been busy the last 2 or 3 Tuesdays, but then as a group, We also have tentatively held, Jake, what is it, Sundays at 7 or 8, and that has worked for some of us separately too. So I don't know, Dr. Katie, if it would be helpful for us to revisit that survey and say, for the purpose of this, for as many people as possible. But those
Thank
two
you.
times were mutually agreed on throughout
Yeah.
this second
Cool.
class that have seemed to work. I don't know though. I don't want to speak for the
I'm
whole
up for
group.
that. So, who would like to, Jake or who would like to help me give me some options for when we can meet? Who would like to check in with the group, come back and say, here's when we would like to have our semester debrief and reflection?
Yeah, we could probably facilitate that over WhatsApp.
Okay. So I need one person. Jake, you want to do it? Randy,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
want to do, who wants to do it?
I'll do that.
Okay. Come back, give me a couple options, a couple dates, times that work. If there's one that's like just clearly it, just give me that one, and I'll do my best to make it work. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So I don't think there's anything else to really to chat about. Teo, I have a question for you, and then other than that, I
If
think
any of
we're
you have
done
questions
enough.
about registration, please do not hesitate to contact me or Jenny.
I have a quick question. Is the baby stats class that I signed up for 7 weeks, or is it the whole semester?
It depends. It's you got to look at it because they offer all different versions.
Typically 7 if you signed up with the one with Dr. Vanetta, but just
Yes.
double check the course number go to BGSU class search and double
Mhm.
check it.
It'll say it there. It'll say
The
what it is.
dates look like it's the second half. I just was like, is this real? Because it's an elective, but
Yes, likely it's the second 7 then.
Yeah, and that'll be with me in the collaborative change class, and it's a pretty intensive group oriented experience. You'll be facilitating and working in a team to facilitate during the residency. A process will bring in clients, and you're going to be working real time with clients, and we're going to do a simulation. So it's a lot of different moving parts. Might be kind of demanding to have both of them together, but it can be done. Just wanted you to be aware of that.
Or you can take it in the summer with me, Randy.
I want to like my summer as much as possible, so I'd rather just get through hell in the spring and love
That's
my
why I said you'd
summer.
have it with me.
Brandy, we'll do it together. We got it. I'm ready to
You
knock
Yeah.
can
it
do
out.
it. You can do it. You can definitely do it. It'll be a bit intensive, but you can definitely do it.
Steve, is the intensive group experience that you're planning, is that something like the Iron Chef that we did for the mod program?
Yep, it's a modified version of that.
Awesome.
It's a advanced version. It's been through several iterations and several different techniques and way it's being done now. But
Okay.
yes, it's related to that. It's built on it's a
Awesome.
basically a flash consulting experience is what it is. If you're not familiar with flash consulting, it's a condensed consulting experience that's done real time in a class. I call it Iron Chef because it's kind of like the Iron Chef, the cooking shows where you have a little bit of time and you got to cook a meal and that kind of thing. So I kind of play off that.
I was going to ask you, is it Top Chef or Iron Chef? Because we respect Iron Chef much more than Top Chef. Love
Iron
Top
Chef.
Chef, but
Iron Chef. Iron Chef.
Iron Chef. It was quick. I think it turned out really, really great, but it was I think at the beginning of the pandemic, so we had to do it online. And we had class on Friday nights till 10 o'clock. So I think we were working still at midnight. So it was just that particular experience at that time, given those circumstances, it was a bit crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But the assignment itself was great. It was just everything else was nutty.
Yeah. It's all done within a day. It's all done one day and during residency. Client comes in, you don't know who they are, secret ingredient, they walk in, and I'll tell you all about this when we get closer to it, but you get introduced to your client, you form a consulting team, and you have to go through a very specific process that I teach you on how to do this type of consulting. And you go through it step by step in the course of that day, and then you're done at the end of the day. So there is no work outside of class. You do it all during class, during the residency. So, well, cool. Well, I think we're done for today. If anybody needs anything, I'll stay on, but I'm going to go ahead and hit stop recording, and